Hey, Shalom, Shalom. When the start souls by giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles of GMS and honors to you brothers that are doing the work in truth while sincerity. Just on my way home, have these thing called these free newspapers that give you on public transport and the likes here in London. And today, the evening one is called the Evening Standard, right? And I was reading this comment piece, right, which basically reads it's in reference to the the smacking ban that they're trying to enforce in Scotland, right? It basically says this bit says, plus there's an obvious absurdity that as the law stands, you can smack your son's bottom at midnight on the eve of his 18th birthday, right? It says, but 6 hours later you could face a charge of common assault for doing the same thing, right? And that's just the problem. First, before I get into this, that's the issue with Esau's laws, man. Esau's laws are just filled with grey areas and just shit doesn't make sense, right? For instance, you can go to war before you can buy Call of Duty. It's just, and also, there are several other things, but it's like you can actually physically train to be in the army and all of this stuff, but you can't actually play a video game depicting the same, right? For instance, how you can deal, if you deal with the if you're a young man and you deal with a girl. She's 15. She's 15. Her 16th birthday is in the evening, right? Technically speaking, you've committed. I don't know if it'd be classed as statutory rape. I think that's from when it's like an older person and someone younger. But then wait a couple hours later, and everything's all cool. This is the problem with Esau's laws, man. Right? It says, woe unto them that's Isaiah 10:1 says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievances which they have prescribed, right? And not allowing you to be a child, that's an unrighteous decree. That goes contrary to what the scriptures say, right? All of these other stupid laws that used to be put, but I mean, that was the thing that really stuck out to me, the fact that if you hit him when he's 17 years, 364 days and 12 hours, right? That's a child, that's your child, you can do what you want. But if you hit him at 18 years old, then that's now technically speaking assault. But let me get into this. Proverbs 22:15. It says, the foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, right? It's basically saying that a child's gonna do foolish shit, right? It says, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him, right? And brothers, give accounts where basically, children have been, won't be doing stuff, and you tell them don't do it, and they'll carry on do it, and then you tell them don't do it, and then you hit them, and all of a sudden, next time they go do it, it goes up. Now remember that pain, right? And at the end of the day, in fact, we're going to go into it. This is Proverbs 23:13. It says, withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. Right, so you got a lot of these unruly kids running around. They are unruly because they will never beaten when they were young. Baba gave the example of if your child's constantly putting his hand in the bin and then eating and then stuff. If you don't correct that child, one day he's gonna eat something and get ill and possibly die. Everyone can remember their worst arse whipping, and did they ever do that shit again? Hell no. Right? This is Sirach 30:1. It says, he that loveth his son. So basically saying if you don't hit your child, man, you don't love your son. You don't love him. Because that means you're not willing to correct his ways. And it's something over here, man. You see these Edomites, the way they deal with their children. Oh, please, Tommy, don't do that, Tommy. Pleading with a child, someone that is completely and utterly dependent on you. No, you tell that little shit what to do. That's your slave. Up until the time, he goes, he works for you. That's your servant. He does he does your bidding. If you want him to wash up, you go and wash up. That's up to you. That's no other man supposed to be getting in your household telling you how to raise your child. But Esau, once again, pursuant to Isaiah 10, well, that's one of Esau's unrighteous decrees. Right? It says that he might have joy of him in the end. Right? When you're young, you might not understand it. You're like, oh, God, it hurts. What are you hitting me for? Right? Let's not be wrong. Sometimes nowadays, just hit the job, hitting the child. You say, hey, you don't do X, Y, and Z. You ain't supposed to be a lion in your house. Right, which is how Esau paints it. Say if you hit your child, Esau will paint this, this story of you just going out and punching everything, even your woman. Esau will make it look like you're just going around punching, kicking. No, if somebody does something that ain't right, it's supposed to be corrected, man. And just like a child, if they ain't learning, you're gonna have to do what you gotta do, man. But the problem is, everyone was cool up until I said that point, because you can hit a child, you can't hit a woman. That's terrible. It says Hebrews 12:6 is for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, right? Because what's the name of Israel? Yasha Allah. He is the prince of the power. He's the prince of God. He's the son of God. So we're the Lord's son, right? And we've gone the fuck off. So the Lord's corrected us. He's chastened us, man. He's beat us. And then Lord's, well, in fact, the prophecies say that when we're delivered, we shall be changed and be given new bodies so that we'll never go off again. Israel's had some ass whoopings, man. Look at the condition we're in. Even, Lord's all you've been edified about, Messiah Shalom.